filters from Freewell could well be the most bizarre filters you have ever seen or even thought about using for your drone. In this case, these are for the DJI Mini 3 Pro. And if the film look is something you're absolutely trying to achieve, these are probably key. So let's get the bird in the air and no more cheesy lines. By the way, we are experiencing the highest temperatures we've had here in, I don't know, this Yeti mug, not sponsored by the way, is absolutely worth every cent of the stupid money I paid for it, because it's the only way to keep things cold. Because in the current heat up there somewhere, if you walk more than like 3 seconds, everything that's cold goes to body temperature at least. So yeah, anyway, let's go with the montage, get the bird in the air and cheesy lines. That's stupid. Yeah, no, don't have a live drone, see batteries on, in your mouth, because you never know. Anyway, so that's with this particular type of filter on. Now, that's what the footage looks like. Now let's show you guys what it looks like with it off and see, can you see the difference? Then we're going to get into what these things are and how they actually work, and there's a pretty good chance you should have one. This is the latest filter from Freewell. Now, if you read close enough, you might just see it says, well, that's the end of the Irish summer. Here comes the wind. All right, so on this it says mist, okay? Mist, what is mist? That's part one, and it's also a movie, as in it moves, VND. Variable in D, neutral density filter. Now what that means is that this will go from 6 stops to 9 stops of light. So basically think of this like sunglasses for the DJI Mini 3 Pro, or indeed that's what an ND filter is essentially. So that means you can slow down the shutter speed, even in auto mode you can slow down the shutter speed to something that's a little bit more filmic and cinematic. But there's one extra piece in this that makes it even more filmic and cinematic. And the thing that makes it a little bit more cinematic, besides being able to slow down the shutter speed, is this part called mist. This is a 0.8 mist. What does mist mean? Irish people are well used to the mist. Not that. Did I say something about cheesy jokes? One-liners? I did, didn't I? Sorry. Why is this mist thing secret? Well, it's not necessarily a secret, but the idea here is it softens out anything that's kind of bright. It doesn't blow it out, it just softens it just a little bit more, and depending on the strength of the mist, this is 0.8, then the higher that is, the more it kind of softens the whole thing. And why is that key to having cinematic footage besides the shutter speed thing? Simply put, a lot of people won't have something like this in their kit. They won't have that mist filter, whether it's in talking head footage or indeed whether especially on drone footage. So they won't have that look with those kind of bright parts, those highlights softened out, and the image is a little bit softer. And of course, as we know, the sharper an image looks, then kind of the more digital it looks. So softer is better in a lot of cases. That's what we always would suggest, to keep the softness or the detail level down and fix it in post if you have to. People out there somewhere on kayaks, what a day to be on a kayak. Anyway, back to this secret sauce. Besides a lot of people not actually knowing about a mist filter, then that sets your footage apart from everybody else. It looks just a little bit different. Some people won't go, I know exactly what that is. A lot of people will be like, that kind of looks different than the other dude's stuff, so and to a lot of people something different can look a lot better, and in a lot of cases, as long as you do the right thing. Mist filters make your footage look a lot better. Now, your footage is junk unless there's a good story. However, it is more film-like. If you look at any Hollywood production, balancing here precariously, you know, just change up the shot every now and again. But if you look at any Hollywood production, here's the thing. The footage just looks a little bit different to stuff that you might shoot with your own camera, and that's for lots of reasons. A lot of the time, it's an ND filter. They've got some kind of mist filter on there. Don't take it from me. Matty Hapoy was banging on about mist filters recently.
Roll-off isn't quite so harsh like we usually get in digital sensors.
And they're really a good thing to have in your camera bag. And when you can have it on your drone, then your drone footage looks that bit more cinematic. And because these things are VND, the variable ND, you can actually slow the shutter speed down in the drone by just twisting these really lightly. There's a little line. This one goes from 6 to 9, the other one is 2 to 5, so there's 2 in the pack. Now, speaking about what you get in the pack from Freewell, you get this very strong case which will fit in any bag. It opens up and you have your 2 variable ND mist filters. Today, for example, I was using the 6 to 9 stop because it's Ireland and it's super bright, super warm, super melting. These things, for their size, are incredibly well built. I mean, look at this. It's flabbergasting that they've got this down to this size. It's nuts. If you've seen one of my most recent DJI Mini 3 Pro videos about ND filters from Freewell, I had just a little gripe. When you take off the DJI Mini 3 Pro lens, the little protector itself, it does not fit in this. Well, it does, but the box, as you saw, won't close. However, Freewell, obviously being Freewell, because I've been working, you know, in conjunction with them for a long time, so they send me this stuff for free. I'm very grateful for that, and that's all. They don't say this, say that, or the other. They sent me this. Look at this. It's insane. It's a case that'll hold all the ND filters, plus it's like dented down, or it's stepped down here, so you can actually get in your blank frame. It's great to see them listening to creators out there and making those changes to their cases. Let me tell you, if you've got a couple of ND filters from Freewell, see, can you get this? Because this thing is insane. Now, speaking of insane, I need a real drink. They also sent me these other filters. Now, I'm not going to show you what they are just yet, but these filters give another very famous cinematic look that you can do on the bigger drones, but with these, quick flash, with these you can actually fake it and get something very similar on the DJI Mini 3 Pro. The footage out of these things, even at night, especially at night, is phenomenal. So if you want to see what these are going to be like, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Anyway, I'm going for a real drink. I was kind of wondering, are these shots worth it? Or did somebody go, I'm just going to stick off the video, click. And then I think to myself, actually, hang on a sec, did I even press record? But I did, I think. I ruined it, but anything for a shot. Cheers.